Checking in for the Irish, 15, Natalia Marshall, replacing 22, Kylie Johnson. At the line for the 20, number 11, Sonia Citron, shooting 2.
Run, you guys go on. Okay, run, you got me. You have me.
Oh.
Okay, so we just... we still can't see the game, by the way. The Zoom is empty, so...
Returning to number 11, Sonia Citron, replacing Kymora Johnson at the line. Jillian Rouse shooting 2.
Watch out, Sonia, you got it.
Second at the line for your Cavaliers, shooting 2. Returning for Notre Dame, number 3, Hannah Hidalgo, replacing 13, Hannah Hidalgo. Virginia foul number 20, Kymora Johnson, that's her second personal foul. Stepping in for your Cavaliers, Sabrina, replacing number 20, Kymora Taylor. At the line, Kiki Brown shooting 2. Virginia foul number 12, that's her first personal foul. At the line for Notre Dame, number 3, Hannah Hidalgo, shooting 2.
Point lead, on pace for over 90 points in this ball game, and of course Hidalgo has been a big part of that. Lauren, she put up 6 points in the back half of that first quarter.
Yeah, 2 of 5 from the floor so far. Definitely one of the players for Notre Dame that you want to keep an eye out for. But this is a squad that can score from top to bottom with their inside-outside game. So don't want to point anyone out just yet.
Kickball, stopping play early on. Virginia had a good start in this game, actually led 12-9. After that, a 15-4 run by Notre Dame to close the quarter. One of the keys for Coach Mox and UVA was to try and make this game ugly, but it's been pretty on offense for Notre Dame, and that was a wide open look missed, rebounded by Johnson.
Yeah, Coach Mox talks about prioritizing these possessions as well, wanting to see her team trust one another from offense to defense and being more seamless, right? On that defensive end, getting after it, but on offensive, taking better shots as we see a wild one go up for Virginia.
Tough shot for McGee off the screen. Open jumper. Citron missed it. A couple of missed chances for Notre Dame, but they have the ball underneath.
Yeah, Citron putting up that shot there, and we all know that she is capable of knocking that down. She has already shot 5 from long range so far, only hitting 1.
Well, it could be worse for UVA or better for Notre Dame, because she is just 1 for 7 from the floor, well below her average. Another wayward shot and a tie-up underneath. It'll be Virginia basketball.
But you can tell, even with those shots that they haven't necessarily seen going down, is Coach Ivy, Neil Ivy, talked about the importance of having Citron back on the court. She dealt with some injuries as well, her and Westbeld, as Kymora Johnson just drives back right by the defense.
She's answered the bell, and now a steal by Paris Clark in the front court. Johnson again, nobody to pass to. How did that stay in? But it did. And here comes Notre Dame on the break. It's Hidalgo all alone.
She was out for that pick right there. Virginia thought they were going to be able to get one in transition, but like you said, Kymora Johnson didn't notice that she was alone down there at the basket, trying to make something happen offensively here for White.
Lauterbach posted up, and she is fouled by Kylie Watson. Virginia's going to need this kind of offensive creativity if it's going to pull off a comeback in this game.
Oh yeah, taking advantage of the defense. Defense gets hooked up there on that high screen, and Kymora Johnson just takes it herself. She does such a good job of being a playmaker. A lot of times we see players in the point guard position who are either, pass focused or shot focused, but she does such a good job of mixing it up and taking advantage of what the defense is giving her.
The 6'7" grad transfer from Kansas State, Taylor Lauterbach, knocks down the first of 2 free throws. She's now 5 of 7 at the line on the year. Make that 6 of 8. Cuts the lead to 6 with 8:28 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Lauterbach getting some early time here. As we've seen throughout ACC play, her time has increased. Just her presence being big down there for Virginia defensively against the Notre Dame team that likes to do it all.
Westbeld trying to get her shot off the heel, and here comes Paris Clark the other way. Clark all the way. Tough shot in the crowd, and Notre Dame looking to run. Hidalgo, inside out dribble. Tough rebound by Paris Clark. Up to Yanta Vaughn, not one likely to pull that shot. McGee working in the post, and that is an easier bucket for Olivia McGee.
Great timing for Virginia, slowing it down. Both of these teams like to get up and down the floor, but Olivia McGee just takes her time on the block, known for being in that 3 to 4 position, and she just had a sweet look off the box.
Bransford finds herself alone, and that's a shot she'll make consistently.
Oh yeah, too easy for Branson. She is aggressive in that paint, and if you give her that much space in that blue area, she's going to knock it down.
9 points a game for KK Bransford, one of the 2 regularly used substitutes on this Notre Dame team. It's a tight rotation. You'll get familiar with them quick. Lauterbach from distance. She can hit that, and she does.
Lauterbach pulling up from deep. She says, you give me the time and I'm going to take it. She came into this game only shooting 17%, but is able to see it go through, but Notre Dame responds in perfect timing.
Counter punch from who else? DeWolf, the other grad transfer. Lauterbach, at 17%, just 1 for 6 on the year, but she's feeling it in the post. And an air ball in the turnaround. A bit of a heat check for Lauterbach, but now she's got 2 threes on the year and a 2 for 7. If you're 6'7" and you can shoot it like that, completely changes the game.
Oh yeah, defense has to play it differently, and if she's able to put the ball on the floor and do something with it, that's going to be a whole nother monster for Virginia.
Going into her role, a kickball on Sam Brunell.
What a weapon, right? Defense is sinking back, thinking that she's going to just swing it the other way, but she was able to knock it down. And then on the other end, Notre Dame, DeWolf was able to answer. She's a recent 1,000-pointer for Notre Dame, and she's been doing everything that they need on this end throughout this season.
DeWolf's somebody that's just scored a ton of points in her career, but she got whistled. At least in possession, didn't see what the call was, but it will be Virginia ball. Well, that's Citron there. Still getting our bearings after that first quarter absence. Notre Dame 31, Virginia 25. The Fighting Irish took this lead late in the first quarter and have yet to relinquish it. Glad we were hyping up DeWolf, but it was Citron that hit the three as well, and now you're all set. Now you know everything. DeWolf, one of the many scoring threats in this team. Vaughn with the pull-up, missed it. Rebound, collected. There's DeWolf, bounce pass into Citron, not mixing him up anymore. Notre Dame up 8.
Too easy on defense there. Virginia not able to match up in time for Notre Dame to just sink an easy layup. And this is a team that's going to look to push and get a basket in transition before they suit up in their half-court looks.
Those are the easy buckets that'll make the difference in this game as Vaughn takes a spill, foul on Hidalgo.
Oh yeah, they're definitely making a difference so far. Notre Dame has 13 fast break points in comparison to Virginia's 5. And Virginia is a team that likes to get up and down, but in this ACC play, that has been slowed down. And they're being forced to get in their sets, move the ball, get their defense moving, and really get a good shot.
And that has been what Virginia struggled with, shooting under 38% as a team. Brown out to Katie Pauley. Virginia using its entire bench trying to find something that works. Brunel to Vaughn. 5 to shoot for Vaughn. Brunel has to get her shot off and does. Rebound, skips free to Brown, and she's all alone for a turnaround jumper.
Easy shot there for Brown. Virginia trying to take a quick shot there, but able to see one go through. And if you're Virginia, this is the time to lock up defensively. In the past couple games, we've seen them really drop the ball late in shot clocks. And if they can sit down and guard for more than 20 seconds, that would bode them well in this game.
Open shot missed by DeWolf. Notre Dame continues to get great looks. Brown. Handed off to the point guard, Vaughn. The hesitation moves worked before, and it draws a foul. Off KK Bransford. That'll put Vaughn at the line with Virginia down 6.
Nice bucket for Vaughn. Only had 3 points in that last game. Another guard for Virginia that is doing a good job of mixing it up. We'll see if she's able to make it count at the line when we get back.
Chris came to TurboTax because
I switched gears from delivering part-time to streaming full-time. That's how you corner checks.
Chris makes the moves, and I make them count by guiding them through their taxes, filing with 100% accuracy, and delivering their maximum refund, guaranteed. Make your moves. We'll make them count. Intuit TurboTax. 100% accuracy, guaranteed. TurboTax. 100% accuracy, guaranteed.
Las Vegas Grand Prix chooses T-Mobile for Business for 5G solutions because T-Mobile is helping power operations and experiences for hundreds of thousands of fans with reliable 5G connectivity. Now's the time to accelerate your business.
Are you comfortable? Absurdly comfortable. At Bombas, we're obsessed with comfort, quality, movement. Socks, tees, underwear. Because your basic things should be your best things. As always, one purchased equals one donated. Visit bombas.com and get 20% off your first order.
Special K is oven toasted to crisp perfection, then tossed with yogurty goodness. Or maybe some red berries. Special K, in so many craveable varieties, so you can do what's delicious.
Who says you can't get everything you want? Like going for bold without going broke. And staying true to your taste while staying on budget. Who says rising costs means lowering the bar? Settling? No need. Get the brands you want, the prices you want, whenever you want. TJ Maxx, where you can always afford to be you to the max.
Kymora Johnson needed to play well for Virginia, and she is playing well.
Oh, yeah, this Charlottesville native has had to grow up really fast in this program, but as you can see, going downhill, knocking down the long-range shot, she is able to do it all. And then on the other end, we knew that there was going to be a superstar leading this Fighting Irish team, and she's doing just that, seeing all options on the court, able to knock it down. And in those passing lanes, she will get her hands on them and take it down the other way. In and out finish with a little bit of contact.
8 points, 5 assists, 2 steals. Just another night at the office for Hannah Hidalgo. Kymora Johnson waiting to check back in on a couple of Yonta Vaughn free throws. So we had all those audio issues in the first quarter, but to reorient you on the full state of the game, Virginia, you might not have seen Taylor or Clarkson or Alexia Smith on the floor since we came back on the air. And that's because all 3 of them have 2 fouls. And so foul trouble is a very big issue for Virginia right now, particularly in the low post. So keeping this close to halftime could keep the Cavaliers in it. DeWolf has 2 fouls for Notre Dame, but she has been playing through those so far and is on the floor right now.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Mox about Cameron Taylor specifically and that foul trouble for her throughout this season, throughout ACC play. Teams have been going at her to try to rack them up early and get her out of the game in situations like this, but Taylor Lauterbach has definitely been filling that role here tonight.
Now she's getting those minutes down low, and her size affecting a scorer of Hidalgo's caliber. Johnson being asked to do a lot here as the shot clock gets late again. 8 seconds to shoot. Working on Citron. Huge screen from Lauterbach. It's an offensive foul.
Yeah, I believe she got her feet stopped, but it was after she had already hit the Notre Dame defense right there. But we talk about the minutes that Lauterbach is getting here. Yeah, she kind of leaned into that one, but that's something that she's going to have to eat and make sure that she doesn't rack up her second here in this quarter.
That is, of course, her first rebound inside. Bransford back up. Lauterbach does well not to foul, but Bransford gets her second bucket of this second quarter. It's 35-29. Notre Dame keeping Virginia at arm's length. Oh, there is the second foul on Lauterbach. It's another offensive foul in consecutive possessions. The 4th Virginia player to get to 2 fouls in this first half.
And now 3 of the tallest players for this Virginia team all have 2 fouls here in the first half. Have to be smart here moving forward. Just 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Huge opportunity to exploit for Notre Dame. Lauterbach really the last true big not in foul trouble. One dribble, pull up. Skips off the side of the iron, and Johnson now headed the other direction.
And Westbell, that's a shot she's usually able to make there. It's 4 for 4 from the free throw line, but here Notre Dame is taking it the other way, and they are off to the races.
What a pass to Wolf. Couldn't corral it. Laid it off for Citron, who blew the layup. It stays with Notre Dame. Now, you get the feeling what Notre Dame is missing some chances to score. Lots of open shots. Citron has been shooting just 33% from the floor. That percentage just went down. But she has scored 10 points in this game, so it's almost like Notre Dame's doing well, but could be doing even better.
Oh yeah, we know the type of game that we've seen them play, and here they just haven't been able to knock them down just yet. But Westbell, like I said, she's gonna either hit that high post shot or she's taking it all the way to the rim, and that time she did it against her former teammate in Sam Brunel.
Westbell now 2 of 6 from the floor. Her and Citron's return to the lineup has been so huge for Notre Dame. Really makes them a contender to try and repeat for, if not the regular season title, the tournament title in such a competitive ACC. It'll stay with Virginia at the moment. 12 points off turnovers. My goodness, that's something. It is gone to Notre Dame. That was last touched in the corner by the Cavaliers. Westbeld making it look easy now.
Just occupying that space there at that free throw line. Definitely have to keep it out of her hands. Coach Mox talked about keeping it out of Hidalgo's hands, but now Westbeld is getting really comfortable right there.
If she starts to get hot, Virginia doesn't have the presence inside. We'll see how they handle it in the next 2 minutes after this.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Hurry up, Dad.
I'm trying. This cheap stuff is too thin.
Here's Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ah, my bottom's been saved. Woohoo!
With its diamond weave texture, Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort.
What's everybody waiting for? This?
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
And for a shower fresh clean feeling, try Charmin flushable wipes.
Well, Notre Dame's got some players, and Westbeld certainly one of them. She is starting to heat up, Maddie Westbeld. What exactly do you love about her game? Because we were talking about her before this thing tipped off.
Oh, yeah. She's just so flexible. You never really know what she's going to do when the ball gets in her hands. I actually had the chance to play against her sister, Catherine Westbeld, when she was at Notre Dame, and their games are so similar. You really don't know what's going to happen until the ball's either out of her hands or on the floor.
Tough shot for Paris Clark, makes it stick. You cut the Notre Dame lead to 8.
We saw Paris Clark actually come off the bench today. She's done such a good job of just being used by Coach Motz in whatever way she needs her, depending on matchups.
Oh, crossover Hidalgo, but great defense. It's rotating down from Caden Lawson to force the turnover. Now it's Clark. It's drawing Hidalgo on defense, the national leader in steals. Johnson at the Wolf. Lawson, travel.
Little too quick there with the footwork, but that Hidalgo crossover is given some northeast in that crossover with the head fake and the body. I mean, she definitely shook up Virginia's defense on that one.
See what surprise she has in store this time. But an offensive foul has been called against Notre Dame off the ball.
Hidalgo, man, she has been raising eyebrows all season long. You know, we talked about her input for Notre Dame, 8-time freshman, 8-time first year of the week for the ACC. But we think about who she may remind us of, right? We know that Notre Dame had Olivia Miles, who is now injured for them. But person that comes to mind for me is Skylar Diggins, being able to be so fearless with the ball in her hand as a freshman. Hannah Hidalgo is blowing those numbers for Skylar Diggins-Smith out of the water, and the season is not even over yet.
And she might be the one taking the last shot here. Notre Dame trying to run the clock all the way down. Westbeld missed the shot. Rebound Lawson. There's 2 seconds, got to get a ball up, and it is maybe good if it goes, but it doesn't. Virginia, with all the foul trouble, able to keep Notre Dame within striking distance right now.
So far, so good. Virginia has held.
This game's about to get a lot taller, and we have a second half. It's going to make a whole lot of difference in both these team seasons. Notre Dame needs this win to stay in touch with the top of the league. Virginia needs this win to avoid a repeat of slipping down the standings like last season after a very good non-conference slate. The Cavaliers have their leading scorer back, Cameron Taylor, on the floor in the 20. She's marking Westbeld, who goes straight through and misses the layup.
Great read there from Westbeld. Not able to finish it, though. But Cameron Taylor should know that they are coming right to her.
Tough shot from Johnson, missed it, and it's Notre Dame ball. That's the way to attack that foul trouble that Cameron Taylor seems to find herself in just a bit too often. Notre Dame's certainly going to have those plays called, like you said, to go at her more, especially with the experience that Notre Dame has outside of Hidalgo. This time going at Clarkson, and the layup from Kylie Watson.
You often see Virginia in this man-to-man. I wonder if the pressure that's coming in the paint will force them to look at different defensive looks.
Taylor gets an open jumper, misses it wildly, trying to get back into the game. Hidalgo scoops up the loose ball. Amazing how good she's been this year, that scoring 8 points in the first half alone is below what you'd expect based off her average of over 24 a game. DeWolf. Oh, nice layoff, but it was fumbled by Watson. Got it back in time to draw the foul.
You know, I think that's one of the best parts about Hidalgo's game. She doesn't have to score 20-plus points, even though she does often. She doesn't have to. She has a lot of players around her, and KK, not Prosper, but in Citron, guard, who's able to take that pressure off of them.
Yeah, a couple of different people that can really score it. Here's Saturday basketball's triple header. Already gave you the doubleheader. This one's Clemson against Florida State at 4. Then Virginia taking on Georgia Tech. And finally, Kyle Filipowski and number 7 Duke hosting Pitt at Cameron Indoor. Should be a great afternoon and evening of hoops on ACC Network. The men on Saturday, then the women on Sunday. Your whole weekend has already been planned for you. Johnson. It's stolen by Notre Dame. Citron looking far up the floor, gets to Wolf, and an easy layup.
Too many dribbles there for the point guard. Virginia was looking for an inside look, but Notre Dame is laying off. It's time to start maybe looking for your long-range shots.
Notre Dame absolutely terrorizing Virginia in the fast break, and it starts with great defense, picks up with great vision, and then some great class around the rim. Notre Dame out in front and running away.
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids, the underdogs. It means constantly improving, striving, hungry. It's no excuses, no days off, or no glory. It's drive.
Bold, juicy, beefy, grilled. There's a lot of ways to describe the flame-grilled flavor of Burger King. But one thing's for certain, it's not the same without the flame.
At Morgan Stanley, old school hard work meets bold new thinking. At 88 years old, we still see the world with the wonder of new eyes, helping you discover untapped possibilities and relentlessly working with you to make them real. Old school grit, new world ideas. Morgan Stanley.
When it comes to hair supplements, you just never know.
You see things online, you just don't know if they're gonna work.
Is this gonna be powerful enough? Am I actually gonna see substantial results from it?
My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol, and it's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
Within 3 months, my hair is fuller.
It's longer, it's thicker.
It was so nice to be noticed for my hair after hiding it for so many years.
Try the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com.
Guys with bad genes, are they worth it?
Jeans go with everything.
They go with nothing. Dudes, get the new Only Pant by Fabletics. Awesome. Want one pair of pants that does everything like magic? Breathable cooling tech, always stretch, secure phone pocket.
Bro, I'm in an Only Pant ad.
Water repellent. Work, golf, date night, hiking, biking, it's so everything.
See this stretch?
You forget about the deal you're getting.
It's our biggest sale of the year. Get the Only Pant for $19 at Fabletics.com.
Pure Leaf Craft's real brewed iced tea, using the highest quality tea leaves, without any artificial flavors. Nothing that doesn't make our tea better. Pure Leaf iced tea, real variety, real brewed.
This is not just a refill. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
In the fourth quarter, you get to go into the locker room just before. You can cook up some adjustments, and head coach Niele Ivey does a great job of that with another good start to a third quarter for the Fighting Irish. Virginia has not scored so far in the third. Notre Dame trying to turn that into the run that can end this game for them. Virginia's offense has been known to get into some spouts of struggle, and it's deja vu. Another steal up top to Hidalgo, and Notre Dame is cooking on defense.
Talk about that halftime juice. I don't know what it is But this Notre Dame team comes out putting their opponents on their heels and completely controlling the pace. You can see here, even Notre Dame is in a different type of look defensively. It's matchup zone where they're able to get in those passing lanes and another fast break.
Clarkson threw it away. Hidalgo, good contest from Clark. She missed it, and Virginia has it back, but some ugly offense for Virginia on those 2 possessions out of the timeout. Wolf got a hand on that ball, and the clock is late. 10 seconds to shoot for Johnson. And we have a whistle against Virginia again. Coach Mox cannot be happy with what she's seen out of that timeout.
Yeah, being careless with the ball, not getting to your screens, not getting set in your screens, and another player with some foul trouble. This Virginia team is doing what Coach Mox said she didn't want her team to do, coming out of breaks, coming out of halftime, coming out of timeouts, is to not be locked in on the plan, on the game plan. When you're going up against the number 19 team in the country, you have to be strict about your game plan, and that's what she talked about wanting her team to do.
That's the 3rd foul on Lauterbach. Open shot in the corner. Westbeld hits it. And this is getting dangerous for Virginia. Notre Dame's trying to end this one in 3.
Westbell's first 3 of the night, and all we know is that she is able to hit that shot but also get to the rim. So being more strict on the ball with her is going to be a point of emphasis. This matchup zone that Notre Dame is in is giving Virginia's offense some problems. They're not really sure what to run.
Clarkson able to get through it on the baseline. Clark with a pull-up jumper, in and out. Rebound by Watson, controlled by Westbell. DeWolf, pull-up jumper. Notre Dame is just getting the open shots that it wants on that end of the floor. Clark now. Yontavon back to Clark. Virginia needs it, and it has it.
Beautiful give and go. Yontavon wasn't in the position to be able to knock down that layup on her own, and she passed it off.
Oh, Hidalgo all the way down the floor, but it looks like they've called an offensive foul on Hannah Hidalgo. What do you make of that?
Gets to the basket so quickly. Wasn't even able to see that contact there, but we know that she was getting some pressure, and she pushed off with her left hand just a tad bit there at the end before she was able to put it in the basket, and the refs had a good eye there.
Huge call. That would have put Notre Dame back up 15. It was an excellent quick counter after the Virginia bucket. It's Virginia's first and only bucket of the 3rd quarter, the one that you just saw. 10 to shoot. Vaughn, pull up 3. It's not really her game. Clarkson got the rebound, misses the stick back. And now Notre Dame's looking to run again. And it's Citron that draws the foul. This one is on Virginia.
Notre Dame is going to run the ball every single time down the court at this point. They have the numbers, and their players are doing a really good job of getting every player in a lane, whether there's one person running down the middle of the floor, another person who's able and capable of knocking down a 3 is running down the lane on the 3-point line. They have every spot on the court covered in their fast break, and we're understanding why they have 17 points so far in
Citron, a 91% free throw shooter, hits the first. Cameron Taylor back onto the floor, even though she picked up her 3rd foul almost immediately. Her and Lauterbach already on 3 for Virginia, so that's a sign of how important these next few minutes are for Coach Amaka Igugwa Hamilton and her Virginia Cavaliers. Cameron Taylor really hasn't been too present in this game so far. Burnell.
You look here, Westbeld is pushing Cameron Taylor out of that paint. She's got her all the way at the top of the free throw line.
Clark has to take a tough pull-up and hits Paris Clark.
If she has to take it, she's not afraid to try to line it up and knock it down, and that's going to light something within Virginia right now.
Baseline pass, Citron. The extra pass is there, but Hidalgo bobbled it, goes to her right, has the bucket and the foul.
Man, she just takes the life out of every opponent that she comes across. You think you got it good, you think you got it open three in the bag, and she's able to come down and knock it down and one for her squad.
Hannah Hidalgo. Enough said.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Did you know many moisturizers only hydrate your skin? For advanced science that visibly repairs signs of aging, try Olay Regenerist Microsculpting Cream. It delivers 10 benefits in every jar for younger-looking skin, visibly firming, lifting, and smoothing wrinkles. Olay Regenerist penetrates the skin's surface to boost regeneration at the surface cellular level for continuous improvement. To visibly repair signs of aging, try Olay Regenerist. This has been Medifax for Olay.
This new year, make a resolution to save at Toyota of Rock Hill. Resolve to take advantage of Toyota of Rock Hill's Real Zero Deal. 0 down, 0 payments for 3 months, and 0 cost maintenance. All backed by our rock-solid guarantee. And we honor all dealers' ads. This year, make a New Year's resolution you'll want to keep. Save with the Real Zero Deal at Toyota of Rock Hill, located minutes from Uptown at exit 79.
Bravo!
For buying a treadmill?
You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One. It's simple, with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. That makes you the hero of every purchase.
Yeah.
And heroes don't take the stairs.
Is this a parachute?
What's in your wallet?
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach!
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
To prove that there is such a thing as free money, we gave people a little sample of Ibotta.
Hi, could I interest you in a sample from Ibotta?
What's going on? It's just money?
Ibotta is an app that gives you cash back every time you shop.
What is that?
It's money.
So I can just take this. This is real?
This is insane.
What's the catch?
There's no catch. It's just cash.
Get cash back every time you shop with Ibotta.
Sometimes there's just one difference in a game, and in this game, it's points off turnovers for Notre Dame.
Points off turnovers, getting it done on the defensive end. They have 19 points off of turnovers right now to Virginia's 2, and all it has to do with them switching up looks, being quick to the ball. Instead of waiting until someone has the ball in their hand, they're getting in those passing lanes, and most importantly, they're finishing at the rim. When we talked to Coach Niall Ivey, she talked about 2 things being their focus. That was Cameron Taylor, check. They got her out of the game with foul trouble, and also points in the paint, check. They're able to do so in running in transition.
19 points off turnovers for Notre Dame, by the way. Virginia has just 2. Katie Polley stuck in a corner, able to get it to Paris Clark. Taylor can hit that, but missed it. And the rebound for KK Bransford. And a terrific shooting year for Cameron Taylor, but she just has not been able to get herself into this game, and Virginia needs her production.
Yeah, that was something that we were talking about heading into this game. How do you make sure that Cameron Taylor stays productive from beginning to end? She always comes out hot. She's always able to add that spark for Virginia, but when she's in foul trouble, it looks different. Everyone is coming for her defensively and offensively, right? They're standing in that gap, hoping that they will get a charge on her even. And so her game, her style of play changes when she's in foul trouble. That's hard to get out of mentally.
Foul is on Paris Clark, her second. And it puts Bransford at the line for a pair. She hits the first. In case you're wondering, Cameron Taylor's averages are 15.5 points, 6.5 rebounds a game. 2 points, 1 rebound halfway through the third quarter is terrific work from Notre Dame. And it's been a third quarter that's been all Notre Dame.
Yeah, she leads this team in scoring and rebounds and hasn't been able to do much of either. in this game.
Oh, another long ball on the fast break, and it's Citron that lays it in. Just a telepathic connection to hook that play up.
Again, everyone running those lanes. As soon as the ball goes up, there is a blue jersey that is past half court already.
Taylor, tough shot, missed it. Westfeld got the rebound, and Notre Dame, guess what? They're looking to run. Hidalgo got in the lane, gets a wide open look for Westfeld, and she missed it. Rebound Taylor. Virginia loves to run too, but hasn't done it much in this game. Open look for Pauly, and she missed it. Notre Dame is just outfoxing Virginia right now, finding the opportunities, the open spaces. Hidalgo. Rebound by Johnson.
Opportunity. Virginia wants to slow it down here and look at their options. Notre Dame back in that man.
Oh, Paris Clark, nice cut. But she missed the shot. This won't go down for Virginia, and that's the real difference between these two teams statistically is Notre Dame just shoots the ball a lot better than Virginia, and it's because they usually get looks right around the basket like that. Watson with 2 more, and it's a 20-point lead for Notre Dame.
Add that to their points in the paint, just easy looks. Virginia doing such a hard job, or working so hard around that 3-point line, running out to shooters, closing out really well, but they're able to see those posts right there in the paint, laying them up like Watson just did.
Just a bit of a breakdown. Taylor doesn't want to pick up her 4th foul in that situation, so it ends up being a pretty easy bucket for Watson, and an 8-0 run for the Irish in just over 2 minutes after Virginia had cut this to 12. It was just a 6-point game at halftime, but that feels like a lifetime ago now.
Oh yeah, and I mean, you look at the way that Notre Dame is even shooting from the 3. They've taken less threes than Virginia, only made 3 threes. Protecting your players who are in foul trouble may be an opportunity to switch up zones or switch up defenses and maybe go to a zone, or, you know, we've seen Virginia even trap off of ball screens. Just throwing something different at Notre Dame. It doesn't seem like they've really struggled to get anything that they want tonight.
Virginia just 13 made field goals, 14 turnovers. It's been a tough night at this end of the floor. Taylor gets a much-needed bucket for not only her, but the entire team.
And that's her look right there. Coach talked about that part of her game being expanded in this season. Her confidence has even grown there.
The latest foul now on Jillian Brown for Virginia. And with Notre Dame in the bonus, they'll head to the free throw line again. It is hard to mount a comeback if you keep putting the other team on the free throw line. Notre Dame taking its 18th and 19th free throws of this game. Our next gymnastics meet right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app is Sunday afternoon when Pittsburgh squares off against number 19 Clemson at Little John Coliseum. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern. ACC Network got you covered from every angle. Including right here, right now. Notre Dame up 60-40 in what looked like it might be a close one. Johnson for 3. No good. Gets her own rebound for a second. It goes off the knee of Citron and out of play.
Good hustle there.
First half. Yeah.
Good hustle there for the freshman, pursuing that rebound. Although the ball didn't go through the net, she didn't quit on it. And that's what it's going to take in this second half to really try to get back in this game, is that second effort that Virginia is known to having on offense.
Very physical defense there. Taylor got caught in 3 fighting Irish defenders, but it's thrown away. Rare mistake from Citron today, looking for DeWolf. Feels like the Wolves barely had the ball. She just always seems to be somewhere behind Virginia's defense, about to collect another layup.
Now, there are certain players that coaches want to just start leaking out. They're not really a rebounding player like the Wolf isn't, so she would just get out in that lane, and it's really been working out for Notre Dame as Virginia heads to the free throw line.
And Jillian Brown fouled by Westfeld, able to get herself in the paint. Averaging just over 6.6 boards a game, Jillian Brown, the transfer from Northwestern. 83% at the line and able to cash the first. Second foul on Westbeld. There is no player on Notre Dame with over 2 fouls, so that foul trouble from the first half has not followed them to the second so far. The Wolf. Fouled by Jillian Brown.
Even on made baskets, Notre Dame is beating Virginia down the court right now. And you can see they're talking about trying to figure out how to best play this aggressive offense that Notre Dame is bringing to them each and every single time down the court. And it's starting with their transitional reads, not stopping the ball.
That's the third foul on Jillian Brown. Third different Virginia player to hit that point. DeWolf missing the front half. Even though she is, and this is a norm on Notre Dame, a very good free throw shooter, she makes the second. Virginia trying to throw the counter punch and run. McGee misses the shot, gets the rebound. Now Taylor has it, and she's fouled. Well, I tell you, we haven't played more than 30 seconds of continuous basketball in quite a while now.
Very aggressive game. Second chance points is where Virginia has thrived this season. Those second attempts, we saw Kymora Johnson going after her shot. And we all know that Taylor does not quit on possessions, and so her opportunity here to try to sink it at the free throw line.
Able to connect on the first. The foul was on Kylie Watson. That's her third. And she will stay out there with that for the moment. Plenty of size on the floor for Notre Dame. Marshall's back out there as well. Taylor got them both. But a 6-point halftime lead has turned into a 17-point Notre Dame lead with 1:40 to go in the third quarter. A game that both teams you could feel almost had to have in order to have the type of season they wanted. Both teams struggling with some injury issues that have started to heal up around this time of the season. DeWolf taking a quick shot. Missed, and Johnson has it. Kymora Johnson now looking to run the other way. It's McGee in motion, and she drains it.
Simple 1-2 into her shot. That is the shot that O is going to take 9 times out of 10 when she is in her rhythm.
Olivia McGee, just a freshman, certainly has a bright future scoring the basketball. And all of a sudden, it feels like Virginia has a little life. Natalia Marshall traveled.
Just getting right before she was able to get into that paint. Olivia McGee on one end is able to knock down a wide open three in transition. Had a little bit of a hand there, but then sink it. Pretty shot too. Ooh. And then on the other end, she's able to just step in the lane and cut off the offensive player who's trying to go in for a lane and causes her to move her feet too quickly.
But Virginia turns the ball over right when you could feel the energy get back in the game, trying to lob it over the top for Kymora Johnson. That one might have been on the other freshman, McGee, trying to make that pass. And now it's Hidalgo able to get behind the defense. Virginia bringing the pressure. Hidalgo breaks it. Notre Dame not looking for the 2-for-1, just going to play this one out. And it's a foul. And that's a pretty fitting way to bring this third quarter to a close.
Yeah, and we see 2 going at the ball here. I think that's what we're going to see from Virginia for the rest of this game, is putting the pressure on Notre Dame guards higher up in their plays rather than right there near that 3-point line.
And Hidalgo missed the front end. Foul was on her fellow freshman, Kymora Johnson. One of the rare Cavaliers that didn't have a foul yet. Hidalgo missed them both. Battle for the rebound is a physical one. Marshall got spilled. Was tied up with Taylor. If it's on Cameron Taylor, it's her 4th foul. Natalia Marshall is still down.
Yeah, she was a latecomer to the game, and now she's on the ground battling for a rebound there of a missed free throw shot, and you're going up against Cameron Taylor. Good luck.
That was the 4th foul on Cameron Taylor, so just as she starts to get herself into the game, she's got to come back out for Odessa Noyan, the young Swede. And it gives Notre Dame a couple more free throws, which they've had plenty of in this third quarter. Marshall, one of the players that Coach Ivey said had really stepped up in the injury troubles in the early part of the season. She found herself another player she could trust. A 15-point lead for Notre Dame. Virginia could hold to the last shot if it wants to, but there's a foul on Hidalgo trying to run through London Clarkson.
Good fall there for Clarkson. She likes to do that, try to get a quick foul in the opposition there, and able to just get her feet down right before Hidalgo runs into her. A little bit of acting on the back end.
Enough contact, shall we say. That is the third foul on Hidalgo, if that becomes a factor. Virginia drawing up its last play of the third quarter. Pass is deflected, and it's taken away by Notre Dame. On the run, Citron is fouled by McGee.
McGee's down a little bit longer than I'm sure Virginia fans would like. But Notre Dame doing what they've done all night long. Those passing lanes is where they have lived. Getting their hands out. And Citron not waiting to see what's going to happen once she tips that ball, but just starts running for the hills.
And it's so many different players making that run. Citron, Hidalgo, DeWolf, Westbeld, they've all been soaring down the floor at the earliest opportunity, and they've all taken that opportunity to finish even through traffic. They just want to push the tempo. Two seconds. It's a heave and hope situation. We had a foul call before the end of the third quarter. My goodness. Notre Dame's gained 11 points in this third quarter. It was a 6-point game at halftime. The Fighting Irish have taken control behind Hannah Hidalgo, who's been brilliant as usual. Let's see what happened here. And it was an offensive foul on London Clarkson, and that'll exacerbate her foul trouble. Notre Dame just has to get it in, and they close the door on what has been a tremendous third quarter. Notre Dame up 17. And Lauren, break down what makes this transition offense for Notre Dame so effective.
So the highest person on their defense is already starting to leak out before Notre Dame even had possession of the ball. Hidalgo at the top of your screen was already leaking out, putting herself in the best position for a wide open layup. They had 11 points in fast break. They're shooting 54% from the field in that second half, third quarter, because they're getting closer looks.
Notre Dame 24 fast break points, 22 points off turnovers, and London Clarkson has herself a basket to try and get Virginia going in the fourth. But this is going to be a long road for Virginia to try and come back in this game, but they'll need turnovers like that. They got one, open three. Clark turns it down and turns it over.
Thinking a little bit too much about that shot. That is Clark's shot. She's hit it before. But there was looking to kind of set her teammate up, Kymora Johnson, in the corner, and ended up turning the ball over yet again. Their 9th turnover in this half.
You wouldn't know it from that play, but Paris Clark shoots 33% from downtown. She's got a solid stroke, like you said, and just turned it down. And that's what Notre Dame's defense has done. It's discombobulated UVA. Fighting Irish will be looking to take their time, which has not been the norm for the first three quarters. Watson, rebound by Citron. She does a little bit of everything, Sonia Citron, and she has been fouled as well, again.
Another foul for London Clarkson, and that's what happens when you don't take advantage of ending the possession with the first shot. You get a little desperate after that ball, and you end up coming up with some fouls.
Foul on Clarkson is her fourth. Cameron Taylor also has 4 fouls. So Clarkson staying out there. Westbeld able to get the inbound next to the basket, but she's in a forest and loses the ball in a travel. Uncharacteristic mental train wreck there for Westbeld.
Virginia still looking for a player to go into double digits.
Is it McGee? No, she missed the three, but that's the type of look she can make. Bounce pass, beautiful to Citron, and another assist for Hidalgo. It's like a three-headed monster trying to play against this backcourt for Notre Dame. Johnson, long three, missed it, battle for the rebound. Clarkson has it, and it stays at this end of the floor.
It should be noted that if you're going up against Notre Dame, make sure your conditioning is A-OK, because they are going to run you all night long. Those guards are sprinting up and down the court. I remember as a post player, we used to be the ones that wanted to get down there first, but these Notre Dame guards are beating everyone, including their own bigs, down the court.
What's crazy is that Notre Dame's only played 8 players. Virginia has played 12 different players in this game because of all the foul trouble on its end. And it just usually uses a deeper bench, and Notre Dame has still been able to run the floor, and it's the vision and the movement to those guards that's been making a difference.
Yeah, and I have to say that this is a key to success as well, right? We talked about wanting to own the paint for Notre Dame, and sometimes when you're not able to do it backing someone down, you can do it by getting in transition. Same paint, same points.
Clarkson trying to draw the foul there, and then we do have a foul on Olivia McGee in the battle for the rebound on Westbell. The foul on Watson was her 4th, so she's out of the game for Notre Dame at the moment. But this game has not really been about the post. Notre Dame's been able to make it about the guards, and those guards have delivered.
Yeah, both Hidalgo and Citron in double digits. Hidalgo 15 and Citron has 18 points. And they haven't hit a lot of threes, only 2 threes between them. Most of them have been going to the basket.
To complement those 15 points, Hidalgo with the ball right now has 9 assists, and so many of those, it feels like, to Citron in the fast break. Oh, that's a foul on Taylor. She's done. She just checked back in with 4 fouls in an unbelievably frustrating night for Virginia's leading scorer.
It's really hard when you play at one pace. Cameron Taylor is a player that goes at one pace. She's going to go hard every second she's out on the court, and when you're in foul trouble, it takes something away from what you feel like you're capable of doing. And then you get these sparks where, hey, the ball's right there, I can go and get it. And that has just been her story all night long. Every time she gets a little excited pursuing the ball, she ends up with a foul.
And Virginia's leading scorer and rebounder ends with just 6 points and 3 boards and will not play the rest of this ball game. Bransford got all the way to the basket, rebounded by Clarkson, who also is 1 foul away from getting knocked out of this game. McGee, that's a foul on Westbell. Able to bait her in with a hesitation move.
Yeah, for a team, when you're going up against a team that does a lot of jumping towards the ball and attempts to steal, those fakes, those hesitation moves, it's smart to do because you can most likely bait them into fouling you.
McGee working against a zone, and that has been a recipe for turnovers all night long. This is a jump ball that'll stay with Virginia, but very nearly another disaster pass for the Cavaliers. Notre Dame's done a good job of that in this game, mixing up its defenses right when Virginia starts to figure things out.
Yeah, it's great talk between coach and players, just knowing when to switch things up. Virginia here takes advantage here and tries to get an open lay down the lane for Paris Clark.
If Virginia's going to go, it has to go now. Notre Dame is going to have to deal with some pressure and is able to break it to Westbell. Cavaliers are going to need somebody to start putting the ball in the basket at a good clip. Paris Clark has battled her way to 11 points to lead all Virginia scorers. Only Cavalier in double figures after that basket. Feeding the post, Johnson being posted up by Westbell. That's an advantage to Westbell, but Johnson was able to prevent the easy basket with a foul.
talk about what Westbeld brings to Notre Dame outside of scoring is that IQ, that experience, knowing that, hey, I got a freshman guard on me. Give me the ball. She takes the lane. No other blue jersey is in that space, and Kymora Johnson was trying to battle her, but she was trying to battle her up top rather than with her body.
That looked like a tough call on Johnson. Lazy pass, and Paris Clark got there and was fouled by Notre Dame. Paris Clark, a bit of a spark plug for the Cavaliers now.
And again, Paris Clark has started for this team for the past few games, came off the bench today while Olivia was able to step in, and she is still bringing that energy off the bench.
It's Westbeld who was the intended recipient of that pass. She committed her third foul, which means Marshall's back. Westbeld, that was her fourth foul. We hadn't updated yet. So Westbeld and Watson on 4 fouls. The quick whistle of this officiating crew has been a big story in this game. Into Clarkson. Up and down on Marshall, but she traveled. This has just been a topsy-turvy stop and start type of game, particularly here in the second half.
Yeah. Lennon Clarkson seems like she's trying to get something going, but it looks like if anything's going to happen, it's going to be on this defensive end, them trying to press up here in their press to get Notre Dame to turn the ball over. And we talk about the foul trouble all game long. Notre Dame is slowly starting to catch up to Virginia. They hadn't really struggled with it in the second half until Watson with 4, Westbeld with 4.
Well-run play to get McGee the look, and she hits the 3. Virginia has life, and McGee has 12. And we have a foul. You probably could have guessed it. Fouls on Caden Lawson, her first. Olivia McGee is showing the type of potential she has as a scorer.
Oh, yeah, she's shooting 50% from the floor tonight. 2 of 4 from the three-point line.
50% is a welcome addition for Virginia, shooting just 37% as a team. Hidalgo, a good free throw shooter, able to make the first. She's having a quiet night by her standards with 16 points now.
Yeah, quiet night for Hidalgo, but she has the lucky number 6. I don't know when 6 became lucky, but for her, it has been in the steals category. She has been averaging 6 or more steals per game as a freshman. And again, Paris Clark lighting it up from deep.
Virginia's shooting has come back to life here. Paris Clark joining the party, and another foul. This one's on Caden Lawson. They're going to start a mutiny here at John Paul Jones Arena.
Hey, a little under 6 minutes. Just 11-point game here.
Virginia scored 14 points in the entirety of the third quarter. It already has 10 in the fourth quarter.
3 of 3 from their last shots, and it started with their defense. We've seen it happen for Notre Dame all game long, and Virginia having some troubles guarding the transition points, but they're learning that if they can stop it at the head, they can get some looks at the basket.
This is absolutely an insane stat, but Notre Dame's 23 of 31 at the free throw line. That has really become the biggest difference in the game, and we have another foul as Paris Clark tried to go to the basket.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Notre Dame, coming into this game, they were averaging a little under 15 free throws per game. And so now a team that has already shot 31 in this game with more than 5 minutes left.
Sometimes the refs are just on your side, and they're on Notre Dame's side tonight. Virginia being just a little bit too physical for their liking. One more foul would put Virginia in the bonus as well. Johnson has to go. Clark, well, able to reset the shot clock. It's tipped around and stays with Virginia. That was a heck of a shot by Paris Clark just to get a new shot clock up there. This has been an unusual game.
From start to finish, Zealand.
And we might be in for an unusual ending if Virginia can knock down a couple more shots the way it has so far in this fourth quarter. Johnson, excellent pass. And it's converted by London Clarkson.
Beautiful pass, perfect timing. Didn't force it over the top and sees it down below.
Notre Dame's gone more than 3 minutes without a field goal, but it's had plenty of free throws during that stretch to maintain its lead. Now Hidalgo going to work. Missed it, foul on the rebound. And that was on Notre Dame, so it will be Virginia ball. Cavaliers have been mounting this comeback, and they've been doing it because they're moving the basketball. That's what Coach Mox wanted, and passes like those might just make this a very interesting last 5 minutes here in Charlottesville, Virginia.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told her she picked me first.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Who says you can't go for bold without going broke? Get the brands you want, the prices you want, whenever you want. TJ Maxx, where you can always afford to be you to the max.
At Domino's, we know life doesn't always go as planned, which is why we're giving you a free pizza.
Joy.
Thanks. An emergency pizza to use when you need it most. Here you go.
Thank you.
No matter the reason, Domino's has you covered.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Get your emergency pizza to use in the future when you order Domino's online.
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world.
Well, Virginia is on the comeback trail, and it's the youngsters making it happen.
Youngsters, newbies, Paris Clark and Olivia McGee have been knocking down their shots. Coach talked about players being encouraged to shoot their shot. Cameron Taylor goes down and they make themselves available to their teammates, and it comes back down to trust. Trusting that when you see your open teammate that they are going to knock it down, and both of these ladies tonight have been pulling it through for this Virginia squad. Virginia has scored 12 points so far in the fourth quarter, and together they have 8, or now 9.
And maybe 10. There it is. Olivia McGee cuts the lead to 9. And Virginia's scored as many points the fourth quarter as it has in the third. The third quarter is done and the fourth quarter is halfway done. Hidalgo, DeWolf trying to shoot. What a block by Clark.
Not in Clark's house. She's new to JPJ, but comfortable on this court, blocking shots. She missed it in the half court, in the front half of the court, but was able to block the long shot from DeWolf.
Notre Dame able to get the ball in, a re-energized Virginia defense. Notre Dame tried to slow its offense down, but that seems to have hurt its offensive output in this game. Citron, leading scorer with 20 points, tries to feed it into Westbeld, but she didn't get a call that she was looking for. It's a turnover.
Coach talked about her team learning as they go, and she wished that it was happening at a quicker pace, but we're literally seeing in front of our eyes Virginia learning what it means to play as a team and trust one another as they face adversity.
Johnson gets the jumper and hits. This is a team transforming before our eyes. But a foul on Johnson. And Citron will go to the line for the umpteenth time in this game.
That's an okay foul right there. But for Virginia, just reading the defense, post player, and Westbelt sits back, and Kymora Johnson knows she can knock that shot down.
Citron is the leading scorer for Notre Dame because she can hit free throws. In this particular instance, she's 8 of 8 at the line. Sonia Citron with 2 more coming.
Yeah, I think the worst part about Virginia playing this up-tempo defense right now is that these fouls are going to land Notre Dame right there on that free throw line, and they have been shooting it so well so far.
75% as a team, and over that now. 25 of 33 at the free throw line. Virginia, to its credit, 15 of 16. And we have a foul that will put Virginia at the free throw line. This one's going to go against Hannah Hidalgo, who's as surprised as everybody seems to have been at various points tonight.
That's what happens when you step up to the line and you knock down a shot. Your defense is going to want to play tighter to you. Kudos to the freshman for taking advantage of that exact same play that she just scored on.
A sweet sound for Kymora Johnson on her first free throw of the night. She now is in double figures with 10. For 11 point, 12 points now, third on the team. Long pass connects with Hidalgo, but Notre Dame is visibly uncomfortable moving the ball around where they were so dominant in the third quarter. This is where your stars have to be stars. Citron is one of those, and she draws the foul, and it will be the 5th if it's on London Clarkson. Certainly seems like it is. It is. She swiped across the arm.
Yeah, no help side there. London Clarkson has to come and contest, but she swiped down, and if you're any big girls out there, you know that you have to stay straight up and down or they will get you for that 9 out of 10 times.
Sonia Citron putting on an absolute clinic of how to get to the free throw line and not only get there but convert. She's 10 of 10 at the free throw line. She has 23 points and 5 made field goals. Tonight at 10 Eastern, the Nothing But Net crew will break down the night in the ACC with highlights and analysis of every women's game and look ahead at the best matchups on the schedule in the coming week. That's coverage you can only find in one place, right here on the ACC network and the ESPN app. Lawson, blocked from behind by Westbeld. Pops free Johnson. On Citron, feeds the post, it's Nguyen.
Beautiful pass down low to Nguyen. Kymora Johnson with the crossover to free herself up for that lane in that pass.
Notre Dame has managed to score a ton of points in that 5.5-minute run without a field goal, but it still feels noteworthy. Virginia's just been so physical, the Fighting Irish. Nguyen, the Swede, getting minutes. Citron to the basket, and she scores again.
That drive is hurting Virginia. No one in that help side for them, and I think it's because they got a little bit of PTSD from those long-range shots, but Kymora Johnson knocks it down with a hand in her face.
Kymora Johnson cuts it to 6. All of a sudden, everybody's scoring. Notre Dame cannot get a stop to save its life, but the free throws and the determination of Sonia Citron have kept the Fighting Irish out in front. Timeout on the floor, 2:39 left, and Lauren, my goodness, we have a ball game.
A 6-point game. Virginia answering the call. Notre Dame is not letting their foot off the pedal on offense, but Virginia has turned it up a notch, being able to knock down some long-range shots. They didn't come into this game shooting the best, but right now they are 33% from the three-point line.
This gives you an idea of what Notre Dame was missing with Citron out for an injury most of the year. He's only been back a couple of games. But this is a situation Virginia has put itself in before, and consistently this season, unfortunately for the Cavalier fans, they've come up short.
Always looking for that opportunity to knock someone off their high horse. Virginia has definitely have had a numerous amount of opportunities to do so, but this seems like it would be the time Only 2 minutes and 39 seconds left, and they're going up against one of the top teams in their league, one of the top teams across the nation, and they are learning as they go in this game. From offense to defense, we've seen them just tune it up, take care of the ball a little bit more, and to prevent Notre Dame from leaking out from those transitions, they force them to actually run plays.
Certainly something to work on in practice, you'd imagine, the future. Virginia particularly is avoiding fouls, but the want and the scoring now all of a sudden in the fourth quarter has been there. Out of the timeout, we'll see what Notre Dame has cooked up. Odessa Noyen, excellent hedge. Hidalgo to Citron. She has 26 into Westbeld on Noyen. Gets caught. Pass is tipped, deflected, and out of play Notre Dame. 5 on the shot clock.
Good pressure for Virginia. Defense didn't relax once Westbeld got it down low.
This could be a very pivotal moment as Virginia, with one bucket, could get this to a one-score game. The referees do not want to allow whatever they're discussing to turn into a timeout, so they're trying to get the teams away from the benches. Try and reel in Coach Agugwa Hamilton, Coach Ivy. But now they are going to take an official timeout, it seems. Or somebody called one. Notre Dame got the call in. Glad we could clear that up. But it is Notre Dame 76, Virginia 70 with 2:22 to play, and this game felt over. At one point, it was 60-40, Notre Dame Fighting Irish. How did Virginia come back?
They didn't hang their head. They didn't stop playing, and it was their defense. It was their defense. Coach Motz always talks about their rebounding being the thing that keeps them in games, but today it was their full court pressure, forcing turnovers in that front court.
That stat pop out there on the side is counter to Notre Dame's 25-14 scoring advantage in the third quarter. So we're back to where we started the second half with a 6-point Notre Dame lead with 2:22 to go. It was just a long, circuitous route to get here. The shot clock got reset along the way because of Virginia possession, so Notre Dame's still going to go quickly. It's Citron.
That straight line drive every single time. She just takes advantage of those ball screens so well, hitting shoulder to shoulder with her post player.
Just a monster game for Citron, even though she only has 7 made field goals, 2 huge ones down the stretch, and 28 points with all those free throws. Johnson, who has 16. Lawson, big shots. Missed it. Got her own rebound. It's Lawson. Yes!
Pursuing after its second chance points is Virginia's game. And they're seeing that here all throughout the second quarter, second half, I should say. They have been pursuing those second opportunities.
Notre Dame able to break the press. We're playing it out. KK Bransford, the sophomore, with the ball. Trying to get it to DeWolf, but now it's Citron. You know what's coming. She picked up her dribble. Hidalgo with 6 to shoot. Hidalgo, of course! And 1.
Her signature move and 1 right at the basket, going left-handed, taking advantage of a no-help side going to the left. Hidalgo does such a good job of finishing with contact at the rim, and she even went up with her right hand on the left side to take advantage of the contact she felt early on.
Fouls on the young low-post player, Odessa Noyen, who's out there because both London Clarkson and Cameron Taylor have fouled out. She misses the free throw. Virginia's put up a lot of points in this fourth quarter. It needs a flurry. Johnson missed it, and the rebound, a wild effort from Citron. She took a hard whack, and there's a foul called. Crowd's
How
not
many
too
times
happy
have
with
we
it.
seen that happen tonight? 2 players going for the rebound, and one of them ends up on the ground. Both of these teams going after that ball so hard for the rebounds.
Hart skipping a beat here for a second. Citron just gotten back into the swing of things and having one of her best games so important to Notre Dame, and she is staying down. And boy, you hope she's all right. 7 of 14 from the floor, 12 of 12 at the free throw line. Citron.
Yeah, looks like her and McGee collided, but her teammate might have been underneath her, preventing her from being able to put her feet down before she went down. Again, it goes to what you were saying earlier, Zealand, about both of these teams having something to gain from this game. And they're starting, I mean, Notre Dame's been playing like it the entire time, and Virginia is answering.
It's the third foul on Olivia McGee, who's certainly shown a real promising side to herself. Averages 6.8 a game and shoots just 31% from beyond the arc, but she's cashed a couple threes, scored 14 points. Big 6'2" guard. Part of the future for Virginia, but Notre Dame is playing with the mindset the future is now. They won the regular season title in the ACC last year, and even though they picked up a couple of tough losses early in the schedule, at UNC won hauntingly close. They've got bright designs for the future, but have missed the free throw at DeWolf, and that future is going to hinge on the shoulders of that freshman, Hannah Hidalgo.
Definitely pursuing championships. We talked to Coach Ivey ahead of this game. What makes Notre Dame athletics so different, specifically this women's basketball team? And she said legacy. They are carrying on legacy each and every time they step out on the court.
Virginia has to play a perfect game from this point on, and it starts with a bucket from Paris Clark to cut the deficit to 7. Hidalgo nearly lost it. Bit of a Houdini act to get out of a crowd of 3, and somehow Notre Dame gets the ball across the timeline.
Not sure how she got out of there.
Wow. Try and run as much off as they can. Virginia might want to think about fouling, and they do. Bit of a hard check on Hidalgo from McGee, who seemed to be in a bit of an accidental heavy contact. It's the 4th foul on McGee. A lot of heart from Virginia, losing its leading scorer for basically the entire game because of foul trouble. And then London Clarkson fouling out of this game as well. But it looks like Notre Dame is going to come out of Charlottesville with what ended up being a pretty hard-fought victory.
Well, yeah, from the jump, Notre Dame aced their game plan while Virginia was a little slow to answer. Specifically in that third quarter, they had a poor third quarter, but we know that Notre Dame comes out blazing in third quarters, outscoring their opponents 119 points in that quarter alone.
A couple of big storylines in this game. The free throws, that was the 40th free throw Notre Dame has taken. It's made 30 of them. A 13 free throw advantage over Virginia, who shot it real well at the line, 17 of 18. And the other big difference, points off turnovers, 24 for Notre Dame, and Virginia had just 2 at halftime, but its defense picking up 11 points off turnovers total in the game now. That's where Notre Dame was able to win this game today, and that is the difference between these two programs right now. And Notre Dame, it feels like it's just a season or 2 ahead in the project that Coach Mox is trying to build, because when she took over this Virginia program, they were at the bottom of the ACC, no doubt about it, and they're making strides.
Yeah, one game at a time, one day at a time. Had some alumni step in the gym recently for this Virginia squad, and she said they're fighting. They're fighting in practice, and they're hoping that that would turn over into games. And this Virginia team hasn't necessarily been able to do just that just yet, right? Coach Mox is coming into this program looking to create a culture, and culture setting takes time.
It does, but she knows how to win. Put up some incredible numbers, Missouri State, and Niele Ivey has done all that wonderful work at Notre Dame. 2 of the 3 coaches there in power conferences at the moment in terms of their win percentage, with less than 5 years of head coach experience. It's really impressive what both have done. Of course, Niele Ivey bringing the regular season title home with Notre Dame last year in the ACC. Oh, and over and back, and that will be the final straw for many in the crowd, as that was a tight call.
The crowd thought Hidalgo touched it last, and the ref is saying that it tipped off of Kymora Johnson's fingers.
I have to say, Virginia fans will not have a great Yelp review for the officiating crew, and this was always going to be a tough game to officiate with the level of violence we expected. Virginia so determined on the glass, and Notre Dame knowing they needed to match that intensity to come out of here with a win. They have matched that, and we'll have a couple more free throws to try and put this away for good. For Notre Dame, this was a win they absolutely needed. It's a team that is starting to get itself back in gear. Sonia Citron, after that injury, was able to shake it off, so it looks like she'll be fine going forward the rest of the season. A team that can beat anybody in the country if they have their best day, especially if Citron scores 28.
Oh, yeah, especially when they're healthy, right? They won a few games without Westbeld, without Citron. They're getting back Marshall, right? We saw her come out today, and it's heavily dependent on their health. They're a team that has been dealing with it since the summertime. Olivia Miles, we heard that she was going to miss this season, causing players like Hidalgo and Citron to really step up to the scoring plate, and they're doing that.
A couple more fouls to ice this game, and certainly pad the free throw numbers even more for Notre Dame. There were a bunch of players that got opportunities earlier in the season that did not. They're not in the rotation anymore, but it's really going to help Notre Dame going forward because they've got that tight rotation. 8 players played today, but with those injuries, so many more have gotten opportunities. And this is a program that is now seemingly built to last. Rare miss at the line for Westbelder, first of the day. Notre Dame has Wake Forest to look forward to, then Syracuse. A couple games Notre Dame can win to really work its way back up the ACC standings. Well, Virginia has to try and pick itself up and go again because, unbelievably, Virginia's got another ranked team in its next game. It's played a ranked team in almost every game in ACC play, all but 2. Kymora Johnson tweaked her ankle. No, for her sake, it's not that bad because that game is at Florida State. They'll need absolutely everybody in top gear to be able to handle it. And then they have Pitt here on before next week in John Paul Jones Arena. Just 8 seconds left. Oh.
Really want to hope that that's not serious late in this game. Seemingly a game that Notre Dame is going to win. Kymora Johnson, your leading point guard, heads out the game limping.
Yonta Vaughn, the backup point guard, able to hit one more shot for the Cavaliers. This was a game of quarters, a game of runs, and a game that Notre Dame has won 86-76 to take itself to 13-3 and get